Let's take a look, see.
Joe Rogan podcast, check it out.
Butchering how to pronounce it, which will be a theme.
A dope sweatshirt.
Oh, 10th Planet Van Nuys?
I need one of those.
Dude.
You got me one?
I got you, Alder.
Who's running 10th Planet
Alder.
Van Nuys? Oh, no shit.
He gave
Shout
me
out
this.
to Alder. He's
Here's
cool as
yours.
fuck. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
dude.
Bro, I need one of those, though. I need the Wu-Tang one.
Okay, dude, I'll get you one,
Does
dude.
that stink?
No.
How bad does that smell?
Why,
The
you
one
want this
Yeah,
one?
Give me that one.
Okay.
Later.
No, I'll give it to you now because it's hot in here, dude.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, you got to see my tits, dude. Here you go.
I'm never washing this. I'm never washing this.
It's yours,
again.
dude. That worked out perfectly. I'm going to sweat like a pig the whole time.
Anything Wu-Tang I'm down with.
10th Planet Van Nuys, I'm just getting murked by Mexicans the whole time.
So they took the V and the N and they made it just like the Wu-Tang.
It's a great school, dude.
Alder's
I'm
shit.
trying
I
to get
love
a
that
blue
dude.
last time. So, everybody wanted change. I can get into how they basically rigged that thing for them. Because America, after George Bush and Dick Cheney, hates old white neocons. And then who do they have run against the slick, good-looking young black guy who nobody knew was a Bush at the time? Who they have? John McCain, who is the poster child or the mascot for the old white neocons, right? So they basically run everybody to Obama, and we're like, yeah, we're going to have change. And he was running on like everyone getting health care and all that stuff. And then so they have this giant debate in Washington about universal health coverage. And this dude gets on a plane and runs to Germany to give speeches and stuff like that during the
50 yellow. Oh, that's why. My bad. No, I didn't. That's a mistake. I'm sorry. No, it should be all colors. All colors. What's going on? All colors. Try that again. Should be all colors. How you doing? I'm doing good. Toasted buttons.
debate on his.
Did Marilyn make another account just to be here? That is commitment.
Major
because Jason Cassell banned her. Paid for a 2-day ban.
Her campaign,
So who did she make another account? Where is she? Marilyn, honor the ban. Marilyn, honor the ban. It's a sponsored ban. I don't do sponsored streams. I do sponsored bans.
Issue. And I'm like, oh, dude, this is just a giant setup. It's all BS, and I've never voted for another guy.
We didn't explain that. So he went to Germany to do what?
Speed lying that he never saw them come out.
Maybe they took a nap. After
Maybe there's another
Hillary
exit
read them
to
a
it.
story, gave them some cookies and milk.
Go to bed. Let them sleep. We got to check out. Let them sleep. They'll figure it out.
The creepiest idea about pedophilia is that there's people that know about it and cover it up because they don't want to get in trouble for having known about it. Like, this is a Sandusky thing, right?
Yeah.
That's essentially what tanked Joe Paterno, right? Like, everybody really knew.
Yeah, and they all let it go because they were winning football games. And then Penn State's right back into title contention.
Yeah, and now transfer that over to politics, Hollywood. I mean, any place, honestly. It happens in churches. So, that's pretty dark because if you're in a network but you're succeeding in the network, once you see something dark and you're obligated to call it out, you're challenging the network that's feeding you. And so, this is the true test, honestly. This is one of the true tests of man's moral evaluation and commitment is when this happens to people.
But here's the thing.
Chugging medicine. Yeah, it's just a medicine bottle.
Over time, what they can blackmail you is up a market for blackmail. So when people can't be themselves and they're so afraid of people finding out who they really are, you're setting it up so people can manipulate them. And that's the story of Washington, D.C. Now,
you know what's kind of crazy about blackmail in an era where sin is regular? Like, sin is normalized. Like, sin is like not only normalized, but sin is actually celebrated. It's celebrated. So in a era where sin is celebrated, the requirement for blackmail needs to be really bad. Isn't that crazy to think about? Like it takes more Like, you have to have a lot. You have to have something really dark for leverage. You know, when there's no more leverage, it's like you have to eat the femur of a baby or something. You know, because people are desensitized. So, you know, when you catch someone and everyone's desensitized to the sin, it's like, what's the leverage of blackmail other than the legality of it, you know? Because it could be like embarrassing blackmail, or it could be legal blackmail. Embarrassment used to work, but now I don't know if embarrassment works anymore. What is blackmail absent a legal implication? What is blackmail in a shameless system? What is it? I mean, it's nothing, right? It's just like a suggestion. It's kind of weird.
Now, obviously, hurting children, there should never be a time where that's culturally acceptable. But that's why it's had to get so dark, is because we don't care if somebody's gay now. It's like, who? I mean, at least I don't. There's going to be.
Do you think it's like they just always want to do the forbidden thing? So, like, what would lead someone? Let's get as dark as we can get. What's the darkest? Probably child sacrifice.
Hurting.
Right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, it's curiosity, Joe. It's weird that Joe is saying this, because I don't know if some of you who are truthers like me saw there's a clip of Joe Rogan looking to the camera and speaking directly to his government or the CIA and the state. And he said, I want to know the secrets. I want to know the secrets. He said, I'll do whatever you want. I'll lie. He said, I'll lie to my mom. That's what he said. I'll lie to my own mom if you tell me what's going on here. And it's interesting that he's pointing this out. Like, why is it that these people are drawn to sickness and to get away with something? Well, it's to get away with something, one. Two, it's to know something that other people don't know. There's like a high, there's like an ego high from that. But the third thing is, when money is no object, right? And you have time because you have your health, but the money is an object. Transportation isn't an object. Housing, whatever it is, no object. There's no material thing itself as an object that is constrained, that you have a constraint around. So then what do? I mean, if you're a dude, let's look at it this way. If you're a dude and your regular life is being surrounded with like 12 Ukrainian models and they're throwing themselves at you, you will quickly be over that. You'll be desensitized. So then what happens is people are drawn to something that actually they can feel something, because that's over. That escapade is over. They already did that roller coaster. So they keep building new twisty-turny roller coasters. The problem with this, because it's a pursuit of not virtue, but pursuit of some experience, something that elevates your passions, you have to keep digging. You have to keep going. You have to keep finding the new thing that's going to get you off, essentially. And it makes sense that the most powerful people in the world, where money is no object, and they could have any experience they want, well, they want the experience that nobody can have, because that's how special they are. You know what I mean? And so, it's a big problem. And that's why you get these like Epstein types and these island, people, is because they're like, show me the coolest stuff. I want to see the craziest stuff. I don't want to be normal.
And I think that that's happened before. I don't think that has not happened in human histories. In fact, I know it's happened because my friend Shane.
Yeah, let's test some super chats. The other one didn't register, so let's see what's going on here. How do you know it's yellow though? Yeah, why is it marked yellow? That's weird. I didn't mark it yellow. Let me try it one more time. All right, hold on. Wait, what? Is that one? Did I just see one come in? What the heck? All right, let me see what happens here. Weird. It says continue. I don't know, dude. Well, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's happening. Doesn't say yellow. Okay, I don't know what. Maybe someone thinks it's yellow.
Shane Smith covered it
Boomer
when
time.
he was over in Africa when he interviewed that General Butt Naked guy. That guy used to sacrifice children from the enemy tribes before everyone in Liberia. He would sacrifice them and cut open their chest and eat their heart. He would eat a piece of their heart before
Just a regular Tuesday under the Getty.
going into battle.
Dark energy, dude.
Right, but that's a real human being that did that. So we know that he didn't invent that.
Right.
He didn't invent that.
No, I mean, it's in the Bible,
Right.
too. Like when they want to take out the Canaanites and, atheists use that as like, oh, he wants to kill all the women and children. What do you think about that? Well, the Canaanites were practicing child sacrifice. There's a reason why. Now, the language, we can get into like the Bible language, especially in the First Testament.
So this is what's cool about these types of people who are influential at some level. Knowing someone personally like Jay Dyer, because Jay can educate them either directly or indirectly about some of these angles.
Like, is it the language of the time? And they were a lot more blunt with it. But the Canaanites were sacrificing children. I mean, that's a big part of it. Goes all the way back to Kronos, to the first god, which is the god of time, and the whole story about it was told that his kids would slay him. So every time his female would have children, he would eat the kids.
Slay.
Time. Black cube of Saturn. It get
Now
weird.
I wonder how they're
Now he's just saying things.
going to look at some of the things that pharmaceutical drug companies have pushed through in the future and the impact that it had on kids, and whether or not they're going to think of that in a similar way to child sacrifice. Because it really is kind of, if you know that it's causing damage,
The Canaanites.
but you're doing it for
It's not how you say it, bro. It's Canaanites.
money, you kind of sacrificing kids
100%.
for money.
What is this?
How to Stop India's Superstitious Killings Ended in Exile. What's this about, Jamie?
Read the caption there.
Vagine, do you have anything to say for yourself? How trying to stop India's superstitious killings ended?
Oh, just covered up.
Human sacrifice, particularly that of minors, has been prevalent in many parts of India for a long time. Jeez. More than 85 kids, all under 13, were ritualistically murdered in the country in the last 6 years per government data. Last year, there were 14 cases of parents or relatives sacrificing or attempting to sacrifice children on the advice of a sadhu, a holy man.
Oof.
Bro,
that gets in the
how crazy is it that was a part of history?
Derpa.
And
It's still happening.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, it's
That's what a schmortion is. What are you kidding me? They just transferred what the kind of action. Like, it's the same action. It's just a different medium. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's child sac. The only difference is like half of these young women who are terminating their offspring, their children, aren't actually doing some sort of active, like, knowable ritual. Some of them are, though. I've actually seen some videos where the woman is clearly, explicitly saying she's using a schmortion to do some sort of intentional, what do you call it? Like, you do, like, intentional stuff. You bleed on a paper with what you want in life, and you do that kind of ritual. She was saying that she was doing this.
still in 2025. People think that sacrificing a child is the right move. That's what we need to do. We need to sacrifice a child.
Well, that's the whole thing. Kids are the closest to God.
Yeah. When you think about like things like that, like drugs that are pushed on kids, that's just for profit.
Someone said Joe looks like a crip. He does look like a wheelchair guy right now. He has wheelchair body and head right now. You know, like those wheelchair people, because their legs are like twigs, so they overcompensate and with a super big upper body. Whoever said that is on point.
Medications that kids are forced to take that's just for profit, things that are fucking them up where they're, you know, it's just because people want to make money. And how are they going to look at that in the future?
Yeah,
you know, when we look at
super chats are
child
broken.
sacrifice.
Son of a gun. I guess you guys are going to just have to do vagine all day. That came out wrong. No one wants to do vagine all day. Yeah. I'm going to throw up. I'm gonna throw up. Oh my God. Oh, I'm gonna throw up. I don't know. Jimbob read the. There's one super chat that came in before, but it. I don't know what happened. Maybe YouTube's like, "You're doing good, Jimbob. Let's put an end to that." Here, let me try to end it one more time. Okay, let me see. Remove goal. Remove goal. Maybe. Hey, MadeByJimbob. Maybe do it from your side. See if sometimes that. From my side, it's all wonky. MadeByJimbob, try to do a 50 for all colors. See if we can get this party started. You know, you don't want me to be crying after the stream's over. You want me to cry. Well,
and they were doing voodoo, or they, you know, the Mayans thought they were sacrificing people to the gods. We think of it as barbaric, right? How are they going to look at like what we've done, where we just lied about stuff and skirted around the truth and gave distorted versions of what we're actually selling to kids, and then those kids wind up dying. They wind up having heart attacks. They wind up having cancer, and it's probably directly related to this medication. And no one wants to take credit for it. No one wants to admit it, and everyone's making money.
Everything's programming, dude. Even those people in India, their programming of their religion tells them like to sacrifice their.
you know what I just saw? Have you guys followed? You ever follow a channel called? Hold on a second. I'm gonna find it. This is actually, I mean, no offense to these guys, Sam and then the rest. It's kind of interesting truther stuff, but I'm kind of bored. So I'm going to find this other thing that I just watched. And I thought this was well done. It's called, the channel is called, what is the channel called? It's called The Elephant something. No, where is it called? Hold on.